All right, great. Thank you, Dr. Almeida. All right, so I realize this is not a marketing conference, so I'm trying to keep things at a certain level, just so that you can just have a base foundation. So when you go back to your office, you can talk to your marketing person and understand a little bit better what they're telling you, or maybe give them better direction and better feedback. Okay, great. So just 9 points, and we're going to go through this in a nice flow here. By doing your research, having your plan, becoming an authority, creating content with a purpose, using AI, it's good and bad, using real photos and videos, publishing consistently, building a reputation, and being involved, like Dr. Almeida was just talking about, actually being involved in reporting in your conversion tracking. So coming up with a plan. So you need to do some research behind everything just to understand like what's going on. If you're looking to bring on a new treatment for your business, or just want to, if maybe your treatments are dipping for a certain type of procedure and you want to understand what's going on, there's a great tool out there called Google Trends. It's free, it's super fast to use, trends.google.com. You just come in here, you type in whatever you're interested in, and it'll give you that day up to 5 years or even beyond worth of data on Google of what's going on with that specific term. It'll also allow you to filter it down by region, by city, so if you just want to know what's going on in your state or your area, you can do that. On top of that, it'll also give you suggestions for other topics, related topics for that. So if you're looking at one thing, maybe it'll lead you down a path to maybe for supplemental services or other things that might help build that specific service. So that's Google Trends. It's great, super fast. So talk with your team. So I work with a lot of practices, and I love to get feedback. I'll come up with the plan, but we need to all talk together because I'm not talking to the patients. Your team is talking to the patients. You're talking to the patients. Your patients are asking for things or asking you questions that I need to know about as your marketing person, because I can then write blogs about those things and make your website more informative and answer a lot of these questions up front. Or say, hey, we don't even have a page about that. Your patients are coming asking for about that. That must be popular or a trend. We need to create content about that. So let's all talk together and make sure you're communicating with your team's communicating with your marketing person. It just makes things so much better. You know, you're not spending money on something that's not even, you know, worth your while. So please engage. All right, and then come up with a plan. So you've done your research, you've talked to everybody, and you come up with a plan. There's a reason for that plan. The plan has an order to go through based off of search volume or what you want to go after. Is it diseases? Is it symptoms? What is it? Come up with the plan, have a nice organized plan, execute that plan. Okay, so when you have that plan and you're going to create this content, what's the tone of your content? Like, who is it that's writing it? Right? Who's reading your content? They need to be able to trust that content because every website they go to is going to have similar content. So let's make the content that they can trust. So it needs to be authored by you. It needs to have your touch on it. They need to know that you were part of it. It needs to have your tone. You need to work with your marketing person to set the tone for your content. It needs to be educational, but it can't be boring. It can't be funny because this is serious, as Thomas was talking about. This is medicine. It's serious. It's not a joke. But at the same time, it can't be too serious. You need to still write around like an 8th grade education just to make things simple. And then also make a pitch for yourself. Don't just inform people, but actually make a pitch at the end and give them a reason why they should contact your office and call you for that type of treatment. Okay. And working on your brand and working on yourself and working on that trust and authority by you being a part of this content. Once you create that, that's great, but what happens when it actually goes onto your website? How are you making a difference between your page and another page and making yourself that authority? You need to have your logos, your awards, the boards that you're a part of. These need to be displayed on your website. Testimonials specific to that procedure should be on the page. A video about yourself talking about that procedure or a testimonial from your client, from your patient on the page. And be an authority not only in your office but on your website as well, making sure that message is being relayed across. So we have to create this content that you're going to be a part of. A couple different ways to do it. Traditionally, it's manual. You sit down, you have to think about it, you write it, you rewrite it, or you hire a copywriter to do it. It can become really expensive. Good copywriters can upwards of 20 cents, 25 cents per word. Next thing you know, every blog post, just to write it, is cost you $100 minimum. It gets expensive. So what's another way around that? What tools can we use now to do it faster? right? Well, we can use AI, ChatGPT, for example. There's lots of other writing tools out there. Well, what ChatGPT spits out is not always the best, but at least gives you a base foundation. It gives you a good draft to work from. And from there, for example, this is an email. I asked her to write about an email we were talking about in a previous session about doing an email for spider-bane treatment, sclerotherapy. I asked it to give me ideas for sclerotherapy treatment promotion for April. So it came up with this email for me. Anyways, at least it got me going within seconds, you know, it got the ball rolling. And from here, I'm able to explore about it and expand. So don't just rely on AI-generated content. It's not going to give you the final result, but at least give you a good base to work from. So what's the best of both worlds? Creating a hybrid, okay? Use AI to generate your base, and then take that and polish it, and get it to a level that you're happy to and willing to put your name on it. And it will rank. It's not straight AI. It's good quality original content. It will rank. It will rank on Google, and we've been able to prove that and do it. Okay, photos on your website. Please get rid of all your stock photos as soon as you get back to your office. Go take pictures of you doing treatments in your office, pictures of your office. Put them on your website. Stock photos aren't going to rank you on Google. I work with many medical practices, and they tell me patients look at Google Images. Google is like the top 3 search engine in the world for Google Images. Just images alone. People are going to look online for before and after photos on Google Images. It happens all the time. And if you're using stock photography of just looking for a venous surgeon in Miami, or this in the next example I'll show you, you'll see. It just brings real life. It makes you're so much more trusted. You know, before somebody even comes into your office, they're going to feel comfortable because they've seen pictures of your office. They already know what the experience is going to feel like. Like Thomas did a video of his office. Lena has a beautiful video of her office that I watched, and I actually got to go visit. It was really nice. So this is an example. This is Morpheus8 treatments in Miami, a Google search. So we were able to rank Miami Skin Spa up at the top for the before and after photos, but we're also able to rank our treatment photos because it was an original photo of the office. So this is just an example of why you want to use your own photos. Those stock photos are not going to rank you. Okay, creating video content for your website is very important. Not only do you want to create a really nice kind of introduction to your office like Thomas did, you want to create content that answers their questions. So maybe you're not going to get as many phone calls at your desk, or when they come into your office for their consultation, they're already going to be ready to go because they've heard your answers. And not only that, the videos on your website are going to make people stick on your web page longer. They're going to view more pages on your website, and they're going to convert at a higher rate. The longer somebody spends on your website, the better Google sees your page as a result, and you're going to rank higher. Just because time on site is a huge factor. Google makes all their money by giving people good quality search results, and they have Google Analytics almost on every website on the web, and so they know how long people are spending on your website when they send that click, because they're sending you the click. And if you have a video, they're spending longer on your website, your page is going to rank higher. So please invest in video. And I'll show you examples of some different ways to do this. This is a video we did for Dr. Almeida, where we were able to rank #2 on Google for this search term just by using a video, and able to increase the subscribers for his YouTube channel. Got over 12,000 views. So it works. We're not paying to promote this video. This video just got the views on its own. Okay, so creating video content. I love video content. Video content's great because it answers their questions and it makes you real before somebody even really gets to meet you. So not only doing like an overall video for your website, but just answering questions. This is an Instagram video. However, it's professionally done, okay? So I want to show you how we can use AI to repurpose your content. This video was shot at 2 angles. We shot it wide for YouTube, and then we just cropped it. So we didn't have to shoot the video twice. We just shot it one time, and we cropped it for social. So when you're shooting your videos, make sure you give yourself space so you can crop it again to use it for on a mobile device for YouTube.
Let's talk today about facial surgery in men. Dr. Ennis Plastic Surgery, Boca Raton, Florida.
We spent an entire day. We spent like 6 hours shooting, and then like a month doing post-production editing. We did like 80 videos that day. It was crazy. He invested a lot of money in doing this. So how can you repurpose your content? Well, using AI, you can do it now. And you could spread it in multiple languages. If you're in Miami, you want your content in English and in Spanish, or wherever you are, you could repurpose your content. This video you could pull down into a podcast easily and do many things. So I want to show you what we did. We did with this cool tool. It's called HeyGen. It's AI. And watch his lips. Listen to the same tone of his voice.
Hablemos hoy de cirugía facial en hombres. Dr. Enis Beisert, cirujano.
Okay, that was done within 1 minute on using AI. Hey, Jen, you could do it. Repurpose your content. You invest a lot of money and time in creating your content. I'll finish up real quick. I'm getting a buzzer. And when you publish your content, publish it consistently. Like, have a consistent look across your content. When you put out a blog post, when you have a supporting Instagram post that goes with it, make sure it all looks the same. Put out a blog, put out a post, send out an email. Make sure it all looks the same and consistent, because when your customers click on it and they get to it, it just helps build a nice, consistent look on your brand. Invest in reviews. Please invest in reviews. It's what's going to build you locally. Google Maps is a huge search engine. Make sure you're investing in your reviews and asking your patients to put keywords in their reviews. We're going to help you a lot. And then make sure you're involved with your traffic reporting. If there's any traffic reporting tool that you use Google Search Console. It's free to use. You could get added to it from your marketing person. It's basically Google's report card on your website. And it just gives great data on the search, on the trends of your traffic, what keywords that you're ranking for, and not only that, what pages are actually driving that traffic for your business. Super easy to use. Don't be scared of Google Search Console. It's your report card. It just shows how well you're doing. It's really a great tool. Last thing here is conversion tracking. You need to make sure you know what people are clicking, what they're doing on. So there's different types of actions you could take on your website: clicking a phone number, clicking a submit button, submitting a form, visiting your contact page. Make sure you're tracking those things. It's really easy to set up tracking, and you could tie that back in your Google Ads and tie that into a cost per conversion, so you get better control your budget and understand what you're spending for every phone call and every lead for whichever service it came from. Thank you.